Hi guys, welcome to Big Loss Official. Today we're just going to do a quick video about Luke Stoltman's world record log lift attempt this weekend as part of the World Ultimate Strongman Feats of Strength and Record Series. The reason for the World Ultimate Strongman Feats of Strength and Record Series is obviously due to COVID-19. It's cancelled all the events that are supposed to happen this year. I can't actually see many events happening at all this year.
No,
not big stadium events, no. or you know, maybe some of the smaller events can happen, but I can't see international shows.
It's not looking promising, is it?
So the guys from Worcester decided they were going to set up this series to give the athletes something to focus on, and for us as fans to kind of give ourselves something to dig our teeth into and to enjoy. I'm a big fan of Strongman. Obviously I'm an athlete, but I'm a big fan first and foremost, and I was really excited about Thor's attempt, and equally I'm excited about seeing Luke attempt this record. Do we think he can do it? That's the question.
Wow. Who's the current record holder?
Current record holder is obviously Zydrunas Savickas, and he's been the record holder for 15 years.
Which is absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Particularly in the kind of era that we're in with Strongman. You know,
so many good guys.
If you think, I had the car walk world record for about 4 years. Eddie's deadlift record stood for 4 years. You know, there's been other records come and go. Zydrunas' log lift record has lasted now. I mean, he's beaten it himself, but he's been the record holder since 2005.
Yeah.
He originally got it in 2004.
Yeah.
Was broken by Raymond Spugmanis.
Yes.
And then Zydrunas for 15 years has had this record, and for 5 years it stood at 228 kilos.
He's broken like all the big barriers with the lift as well. He was the first guy to log lift 200 kilos, 500 pounds. He's just, he's achieved almost everything there is to achieve in that event. And it's not like it's not contested very often. You've got
the log is contested frequently. You know, every year there's a number of competitions where big competitions where they'll do the log lift for max. There's the World Log Lift Championships.
Held in Lithuania, is that?
Lithuania run they have one, and the Giants Live guys run the log lifting championships as well. So it's a very popular event, and he's managed to hold this record for an extremely long time. And the kind of interesting thing for this record attempt is Zydrunas is the referee.
It's just brilliant, isn't it? That's the sort of drama.
Could you imagine Eddie refereeing Thor's deadlift? It is very interesting, because Zydrunas is a very strict referee, and he's a fine referee. You know, he won't cheat or anything like that. He won't do anything to
no, he would never sabotage it. No.
But Luke is going to have to make this perfect.
Especially because he's not even going to be there in person. It's going to be done online on a stream, isn't it? So, you know, imagine if there's a glitch or it freezes or something. And Luke's
let's hope that doesn't happen. But I can see Luke having to be stood there for a good 3 or 4 seconds, regardless. If everything's perfect, he's going to have to. You know, I've seen plenty of records broken in the past that are questionable.
Yeah.
If Luke gets this, it will be a perfect rep.
Yeah.
There's going to be no denying it. Everything will be weighed. Yeah. So all the weights and the log will be weighed, so we can all see that. And Zydrunas as a referee, I think that gives it some real credibility.
So a lot of people have been saying that, oh, it's not a record because it's a gym lift and this, that, and the other, and it's easier than doing it in competition.
No. If you're just kind of going at your own pace and you're feeling good today, and you then try and like do a big lift, that's one thing. But all these record attempts have been set on a certain date. The athletes have to adhere to certain rules. So there's a whole big rule list that they've got to go through. They've got certain times that they've got to lift at. There's only a certain amount of time between each lift. It's all actually very, very strict. And obviously with Zydrunas as a referee for this event,
it's going to be really strict.
It will be. You know, it's certainly not just a gym lift.
And do you think
it is in Luke's gym, and you know, that's maybe some familiarity to him. But
horrible word.
It's a tough record to beat.
How much do you think Luke will miss the crowd, or do you think it's better not to have the crowd there?
Me personally, I like a crowd. I like that pressure of a competition of an arena, the more people screaming at you, you kind of get it in your head that you can't fail in front of these people.
Yeah.
And you kind of build off that adrenaline and that atmosphere. It makes a big difference. It's going to be very, well, I just, you know, Thor actually I think had probably more people than Luke will have.
Oh yeah.
Watching, and even then you noticed how flat it was between lifts. You know, the environment of a live event, it really brings you up.
There's a buzz, isn't there?
Oh, 100%, 100%. And you know, most of the top guys, their best lifts are done in competition. When you look at like Eddie's best deadlift was done in competition. You know, Zadrunas, I know, talking to him many times, his best lifts have been done in competition, not in the gym. It definitely helps. But this is set out in such a way that there is that pressure because he knows people are watching.
Yeah, of course.
He's got the pressure of kind of having Zadrunas as the referee. He's got the pressure of it being televised, and you know, he knows people are going to be watching.
It's just an internal pressure as well, isn't it? It's the weight of expectation.
It's a record that he really wants, and Luke has improved so much on the log.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you wouldn't have put Luke in contention for a log lift record 2 years ago.
No, you wouldn't, which is just incredible. I think you've beaten him on the log in the past, haven't you?
Thanks. I've beaten a lot of people on the log.
Not because you're a terrible log lifter, but would you be going for 230?
No, I certainly wouldn't. You know, I'm not capable of those kind of numbers. And Luke's definitely surpassed what I'm way surpassed what I'm capable of the log. He's legitimately, you know, hitting 210, 220 plus kind of numbers regularly, which is crazy. The only thing from a personal perspective, I saw him go for 228 in the gym very, very recently. I wouldn't have done that.
No.
I would have.
How recent did he do that?
It was like last week.
Okay.
And I going for those maximum kind of weights, they take a lot out of you. And I think that's a mistake. And I've seen Graham Hicks make that mistake before in the past, where you know he's capable of weights, but he goes, and sometimes they want it as a confidence boost.
Yeah.
They'll try and hit it in the gym first before doing it in competition.
Yeah.
When you do it that close, it taxes your central nervous system and it affects you then going for the record. But
so if it was you and you were going for 230, what's the max you would lift in the build up to that? How would you program and plan that? What percentage?
Asking me is a bad example because I can't lift.
Well, what
but
percentage?
I'll tell you someone like Zadrunas, for instance, is a better example.
Okay.
And Zadrunas probably would have done around 210, 215 in the gym. From talking to him, you know, in the past, I've seen him come and hit 220s, 225, 228. You know, those records, and he doesn't go for those big numbers in the gym. It's more making sure the weights are moving well, his technique spot on, and then it's recovery.
It's not the max efforts that make you stronger, is it? It's the reps and sets leading up to it.
Yeah, I mean, the max effort is just a test of where you're at, but they take a lot out of your central nervous system. So it's why, I mean, if you look at Thor's deadlift, that's a good example. He went, was it 470 in the gym? He's still giving himself 31 kilos off the record.
Yeah.
I feel if he went 500 in the gym, probably would have failed the lift.
Do you think? And he did that about a week and a half out. It
was about 10, 15 days out, yeah something like that. So we'll see. Luke's a very, very strong boy. He's weighing in at about 163 kilos and fairly lean at it.
Yeah, I hope he gets it.
I hope he does too. You know, he's worked really, really hard, and he's got some real kind of popularity now, but for a long time he was quite overlooked.
Oh yeah, massively, especially with everyone talking about Tom Martin coming in.
But you see, I mean, both Stoltmans are amazing. But Luke, he was second at the World Ultimate Strongman in Dubai last year, surprising a load of people at that event. He's performed consistently well for the last couple of years now.
Made the final of World's Strongest Man last year as well.
Made the final of Worlds. He's legitimately one of the best guys in the world, and log is his favourite event. There's a few other good guys that I would like to see in a competition competing against them. So we all want to see Iron Bibby have a crack at the log. Graham Hicks. I think...
And do you think that's another disadvantage to doing it like this? Do you think if he knew Graham and Bibby were hot on his heels, right, about to go behind him, do you think that
log for Max, I think, is a little bit different because you're sort of capable of it or not. Sometimes for reps, it can definitely
spur you on.
Yeah, but I think for Max, it gets to the point where you just can either do it or you can't.
Yeah.
And I mean, technique's going to have to be perfect. We know with the Zadrunas as the referee,
If he gets it, he deserved it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think he's got a great chance. It's not a guarantee, and it never is with these kind of weights.
No.
But I'll be getting behind him. I'm doing the commentary for it, which I'm really excited about. I'm doing the commentary for all of these events. They're on Core Sport.
CoreSports.world.
Yep.
We'll include a link.
We'll include the link. They're all free to watch.
Yes.
Some people have been confused by them. I'll let Liz explain because she knows more.
Liz explain. Once you've signed up, the free options sort of disappear. So on the day, as long as you're registered and logged in, you will just see the stream. It will be there.
Cool. That's why she's in the video. I focus on the strongman stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be great to see. Really want to see Luke to do it. We have a number of other events coming up after that we'll go through. But it's Luke's weekend. He's got his bleached hair going on.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's going to help or not.
Sure if he should be blonde.
But make sure you guys check it out. And also, if you haven't seen it, check out our latest video on the history of the log lift. And it's probably in the link down there somewhere.
It is.
Liz will point to it around there. Let us know who you guys would like to see attempt the record as well. Obviously, I mentioned Bibby, I mentioned Hicksy, but there's a load of good guys. Mateus, his log pressing is brilliant.
Even
Thor, Rob Kearney.
Yes.
There's loads and loads of good pressers.
Should we say Obust?
No.
Brilliant.
He got beat by a little American with a mohawk that wears rainbow colours.
Oh, I love Rob.
Rob Kearney's awesome.
Yeah.
But he jerks it. Does that count?
Yes, of course it does. A to B. That's all that matters.
It is in Strongman. It's all about getting the weight up there, and he's very effective.
Unless you're lifting sumo.
Sumo's not allowed in Strongman.
Exactly.
So yeah.
We should stop before we offend more people.
Sumo's fine, just not in Strongman.
Okay.
Anyway, let us know who you guys would like to see attempt the record. Let us know if you think Luke's going to get it. And please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Say bye, Liz.
Bye, Liz.
Take care, guys.